We got a cut of Biden out on the tarmac today. That really should have been the LOL of the day. If I was on top of things, I should have told G to make it the LOL of the day. Well, why don't we start hour 2 with that, G? Let's go cut 1. So just listen to... Well, let's just see if you catch it. Maybe since it's not the LOL of the day, we're not going to bring it right to your face, bring attention to it. Let's see if you can catch it. Cut 1, G, roll it.
Have you decided, sir, whether to go to Saudi Arabia?
No, not yet.
What would be the holding up the decision at this point? Are there commitments you're waiting for from the Saudis or on the negotiations over peace?
No. The commitments from the Saudis don't relate to anything having to do with energy. It happens to be a larger meeting taking place in Saudi Arabia. That's the reason I'm going. And it has to do with national security for them, for Israelis. I have a program. Anyway, it has to do with much larger issues than having to do with the energy.
Did you catch it?
Did you catch it? Did the chat catch it? Let's see.
Sure they did.
One more time, G. Let's pay attention to that first question. And then let's pay attention to about 30 seconds later as he's describing the meeting. Go ahead, roll it.
Have you decided, sir, whether to go to Saudi Arabia?
No, not yet.
What would be the holding up the decision at this point? Are there commitments you're waiting for from the Saudis or on the negotiations over peace?
No. The commitments from the Saudis don't relate to anything having to do with energy. It happens to be a larger meeting taking place in Saudi Arabia. That's the reason I'm going. And it has to do with national security.
Are you going to? Have you made a decision on Saudi Arabia, sir? No. That's why I'm going.
He just made a decision.
About 28 seconds in between those two answers.
That's what it takes.
Are you going? No. Well, it's a big
that's
meeting.
The mind.
Anyway.
You know, that's the mind clicking right there. You know what? I haven't made a decision yet. You know, there are bigger things going on. I made a decision. There it is.
It's a big meeting. That's why I'm going.
That's right. And it's
Are you going?
Bigger than energy.
No.
Joe's got those snap improv skills.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's breaking the fourth wall.
All right. So Corinne, I don't know what I'm doing. Pierre, whatever, is in the press briefing room later on. She was asked about.
Does she know he's going?
I guess the press wants to plan like where they're going to be. Maybe. Let's see if she knows what her response is to what he's doing or not doing. Roll that, G.
Over the weekend before the president left Los Angeles, he was asked whether he had decided to go to Saudi Arabia, and his answer was no, not yet. And there was a follow-up question, and then he said, that's the reason I'm going. So can you settle it? Is he going? Is he not going? Just tell us.
I don't have anything to announce for you today. But let me just say this. When the president's ready to make that announcement, that's when we will. But we continue to plan for a trip to Israel and Saudi Arabia. This would be an opportunity for the president to engage with leaders from across the Middle East region. Again, I don't have anything to announce for you today. If you think about the focus, what the focus would be and the agenda, it's on delivering results for the American people. That is what the president, when he has these leader conversation, that is the number one priority, those strategic partnership with those leaders and making sure that it indeed delivers for the American people. And so in this particular case, if this were to happen or when we are ready to announce, if and when we are ready to announce, it would be about diplomacy, leading through diplomacy to bring stability to the Middle East region, which he has talked about himself. But again, I don't have anything further to preview at this time.
That was a long way to go to say.
Is there any way I can get cliff notes on that answer? Have they put those out yet?
I'm not sure we're going.
I don't know how many people are familiar with Schrodinger's cat, but that is exactly this visit to Saudi Arabia.
I think she walks in the back after these, and I think she walks in the back and says, "Did you see that? See how I confused them? It's got to be like a strategy or something, right? It just has to be."
She could have just said, I can't tell you that we're doing that, but we're planning on doing that. I just can't tell you now.
Kind of like what Biden did.
I mean, it's exactly what he did. Yeah. What's the big secrecy here? What's he going to, like, surprise them? And he thinks they're all going to be excited that he's there?
He's going to bounce into the room and go,
Joe, you're here. I can't believe it. I mean, what is the secrecy here?
Oh, Mr. President, you should have told us. We would have sent a Rolls Royce for you at the airport.
That answer was, woof.
She really was doing circles.
That was Kamala word salad type stuff. Man, oh man. So we have an LOL of the day. Yes, we have an LOL of the day since we didn't make that one the LOL.
And that one isn't it.
This one is it. LOL of the day. G, roll it.
I thought it was important that I come by because I think when you have everyone from presidents to prime ministers to foreign ministers here, this should be principle to principle. The vice president has been kind enough to take on managing this part of the portfolio for me, just as I did for when I was vice president for my former president, but it is something that, and I've asked her to personally do this, but it is my responsibility, and I want you to know that on a leader-to-leader level, like we did, whether it's at dealing with climate in Europe or here, it should be person to person, and you should have access to me, and I hope I can have access to you as well.
He can't remember who he was vice president for again.
What's his name?
He cannot remember who he was vice president for.
The guy who ran that outfit over.
Yeah.
He cannot remember the Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, and he cannot remember President Obama.
Wow.
I think he remembers that he was vice president, but he cannot remember who it was for.
Right.
And Tony Blinken is sitting behind him. He's got to be thinking, good gravy. What is he talking about, man? But hope you have access to me. Hope you have access to you. What?
It should be leader to leader.
And he's talking about Vice President Kamala Harris in that clip about the border. And he says the portfolio or so. Like, what? What is he talking about? What is he talking about?